Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fantastic, fantabulous. Let me know, how are you doing? So today I wanted to talk about validation and seeking validation. I wanted to be seen, wanting to be recognized. It's something everyone, I believe, struggles with, and it's something that came up for me some time ago, and I really felt God confront me on certain things that I'd forgotten, certain things that I had become center of my desire to be seen. And one thing I believe God showed me was what is the metric for measuring how good my work is, whether that's creative, whether that's in a 9 to 5, whether that's business wise, whatever it is. I think this feeling comes up in different aspects of our lives. In that moment when I was sort of debriefing with God about whatever this feeling was, these questions came to mind. Am I doing what I do to be seen as good, or am I doing what I do from a place of being good already? In terms of validation, am I doing what I'm doing to be validated, to be told, yeah, you're good, you're amazing, oh wow, this is so great? Or do I recognize that what I do is already from a place of being validated, is already from a place of being good, because God is making me good, and God has put me on a path where He's teaching me to be excellent, both physically and spiritually, teaching me to make impact that gives Him glory. And knowing who I am, knowing who validates me, stems back to understanding who defines me. And for me, sometimes this gets lost. I forget this. I get so caught up in myself and I become very me-centered, forgetting that the gifts that I have, who I am becoming, who I am in Christ, is defined by Him. It's defined by the Creator. And so if He defines me, He should define everything that I do. And the purpose for what I do is ultimately Him. Putting Christ at the center, for me, I know reduces drastically that need to be seen by others, because my why is not to please people, but it's to please God. Revelations 4:11 says, "You are worthy, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and they exist because you created what you please." The very purpose of our existence, of why we are here, is to give worship to our Creator through anything and everything that we do. There is nothing too small. If He cares about the very hairs on our heads, He cares about absolutely everything else. And so remembering that my why is God also helps me curb that desire to be seen by others, because I'm already seen by Him. And if I'm following His instructions, if I'm living according to His standard of excellence, then I should be rest assured that what I produce is already from that place of goodness, is already from that place of excellence, because He is an excellent God. And whether people see me or not, it's good to be seen. Not gonna lie, it's good to be seen. But whether people see me or not, I know that what I do is good. So when these doubts are coming in, I have to ask myself, what have I put at the center of what I'm doing? Where has my why changed? Where have I become distracted? Where have I become me-centered? Where am I trying to take God's glory when actually all the glory belongs to Him, and everything that I do should be to please and honor Him? Another aspect of this where I'm really desiring to be seen by others, I think, stems from pride. 1 John 2:15-17 says, "Do not love this world nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have a love of the Father in you. For the world only offers a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from this world. And this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases God will live forever." The culture that we live in really pushes self-glorification. We live in a culture that's so filled with pride. We live in a culture where people want all eyes on them. Their identities are built on how much they've achieved, how much people talk about them, how much people praise them, how much people say positive things about them. And you know, there's a war in this culture between giving the Creator back the glory that He deserves versus putting ourselves on a pedestal, trying to take the place of the Creator, being prideful essentially. God is the one that's to be awed and reverenced. Our greatest possession should be Him, not our achievements. Having achievements and getting all of these possessions is great. Being validated in this way is great, but it is not the highest. It is not the highest goal for us as humans. Our highest goal should be to please our Maker. And when the highest goal is the possessions that we seek, is our pride in those things, that's when that desire to be seen, to be validated, grows. And it can become all consuming to the point where we see people doing such extreme things, degrading themselves, doing madness, saying all sorts, taking all sorts, performing all sorts, just to be validated, just to get those possessions, because the creator has been taken from his place, and we are putting ourselves in that position, wanting to receive all the glory, all the praise. That's God's place. We as humans cannot handle that place. That's God's place. And when that unhealthy desire to be validated is coming up, I have to check myself, that where am I walking in pride? Where have I put my ultimate treasure in my possession? Where have I put my ultimate treasure in receiving all of this attention from other people to feel good? If I'm in God and doing it his way, the reality is I am good. And from that place of goodness, the fruit that I produce is good. The work that I produce is good. Of course, we're always on a journey of getting better, but the reality is, if what I'm doing is rendered onto God and my why is him, and I remember that the very essence of my existence is God, then there's rest in that. There's peace in that. I can resist pride and say, no, that's not my place. That's the place of the Lord's. And thank God for the recognition, but God, I give the glory back to you. Ultimately, what I do is for you. And yeah, for me, it's just to remember the why of what I do. What I do is so much more bigger than getting some kind of award or some kind of praise or the likes or the comments or this or that. It's so much bigger than this. We're living in the kingdom where we want people to come to know truth. We want people to come to know light, and our work should reflect this. That's the greatest treasure, is God. The greatest treasure is knowing that through what we do, people can come to him, people can come to know Jesus, people can come to have a relationship with Jesus, people can come to experience life in abundance. That's greater than any recognition we can receive. That's greater than any validation we seek for ourselves. Matthew 6:19 to 21 says, don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desire of your heart will also be. So when I'm in these moments where I'm just feeling a little bit I don't really feel appreciated, I don't really feel seen, is my work good enough, I have to question where my treasure is. My devotion needs to be God. I need to remember that the purpose of what I do is him. It's bigger than me. These gifts are bigger than me. This work that I do is bigger than me. I need to keep him as my treasure. And I urge you, if you're struggling with feeling, what is the purpose for what I'm doing? What's the goal? Does it end with me? Is it just about me, or is there something bigger I should be working towards? Is there something bigger that I need to surrender to? And that's God. If you're feeling unfulfilled, you're doing all of these amazing things, but you're feeling unfulfilled, that unfulfillment comes from not truly surrendering what you do to your creator. That unfulfillment, that unquenchable desire to be seen comes from putting you at center rather than God, or putting your possessions, your achievements at the center rather than God. When we're working for him, it brings so much fulfillment. When we're working for him, it brings so much joy, knowing that ultimately my highest good, my highest delight comes from serving him. My highest delight comes from recognizing that all that I do is from him. And in that brings so much satisfaction. We can rest. Because if we're walking with God and we're doing it his way, we know we're good. We know we're good. We know we're walking to the standard of excellence. It's not up today, down tomorrow, unlike the praises of people, unlike the recognition of people. Somebody is praised today, cancelled tomorrow, up here, down tomorrow. With God, when we're walking with him and we're walking according to his standard, we have that stability in him. We have that identity in him. And even when we might fumble, even when we might not do things to the best of our ability, he loves us. He's willing to work with us to get to that place. Unlike the world, they can just rubbish you anyhow. But with God, it's completely different. We have that stability. We have that reassurance. We have that affirmation. If we're willing to do it with him, if we're willing to partner with him. I hope it does encourage someone. If you're really struggling inside, choose Jesus. Surrender to him today. There is no other way to find that deep satisfaction, to find that deep validation that we all desire so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share with whoever you think might need it, might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment down below your journey of finding identity in God, finding validation and affirmation in him, finding true love in him, finding your true self in him. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.